This is going to be my last game here at Emirates Old Trafford, and yeah, obviously, a bit of going to be an emotional game as well. Too after the 7 years I've had here, yeah, it's going to be hopefully a good game, and hopefully we can finish off well. But yeah, it's great. It's an absolute privilege, like I've said, to play here from the start. But it's nice to sort of finish off here as well.
Just take us back to the kind of decision making and when you're kind of realising this was perhaps the right time for you to call it quits on county cricket.
Yeah, I just think the timing for myself and my family, wanting to be at home a bit more and spend some time with them, but also to try and leave the club and the game or playing county cricket when I'm still enjoying it and loving it and on a high, so which is good. Probably if I wanted to go on maybe 1 or 2 more years, but I think just like the way that I'm feeling now at the moment, I wanted to give it my all and 100%, and I felt that this was probably the last season I could do that really for the team, and I never wanted to be in a position where you let them down or you're not giving maximum, because I think the team and the club deserve that from everyone.
4 years as captain, I presume, takes quite a bit out of you as well.
Yeah, it does. It's there's a few grey hairs than I started when I was here, but yeah, I loved it. It was great. It's great to represent Lancs, but also to be captain of the club was an amazing privilege for me. So I love the time that we had here, and to see so many young players come through, to be part of some special victories, part of a good team, and yeah, it's so many memories here at the club so far.
Your standard never dropped during your captaincy. In fact, you could say you played your best cricket for Lancs while you was captain. I mean, how proud are you of that? And I don't know, would you agree with that or not?
Yeah, I think so. I think everybody, when you first come here, you've got to try and get into the team and try and make sort of put your stamp on the team as well. But and then with the captaincy, you've got to my sort of mantra was always trying to lead from the front and trying to put in for the team as well, so that hopefully guys would follow. Never be in a position where you wouldn't ask someone to do something that I wouldn't do myself, or expect a standard from someone else when I wasn't pulling my weight. So I think the most important thing for me was to try and go above and beyond, and then hopefully drag a couple of people with me. And even some of the guys, most of the times, they excelled and they outshone everything that I did, just because of their work ethic as well, which was fantastic.
It kind of did define your captaincy, that, wasn't it? That kind of leading from example, setting the standard. Is that driven from you? Is that something that you've learned from other captains, that's where you think captain should be and what a captain should do?
Yeah, I think so. I think as a captain, you're not just the man, the leader of the team, but people will definitely look to you and question a couple of things that you do or say. But if they can see that you're really putting in and you're 100% committed and you sort of authentic and trustworthy in what you do, that goes a long way.
Take us back to when you first came to the club. Then, what kind of were your aims? Your I don't know, your preconceived ideas maybe. What were you thinking when you first came and joined Lancashire to play county cricket?
Well, my thing is I always wanted to come and play county cricket. Some of the heroes that I grew up watching were playing county cricket in the off-season in South Africa. And then some guys even I played with back home in South Africa during the winter, when I was in the indoor nets or, going on some academies, they were coming here to hone their skills and to play and get the most out of themselves. And I always wanted to do that, and to come to a big club like Lancs was firstly amazing. For me to come here, I think initially it was on a 2-year deal to come over and try and get in. And initially I was just trying to play as long as I can to get into it, trying to get an extension on my contract and spend as much time as I can here. And to have 7 years here has been an incredible experience. So I loved it. Every single moment that I've had, obviously coming into a new team, a new environment, was a little bit tricky and nerve-wracking. But everybody made it so special and so easy for me just to filter in, and just come and play my game, which was really good.
You joined the club on the back end at the end of you playing some test matches for South Africa. So you'd gone from playing test match cricket. I think your last test was against England, wasn't it?
Yep.
Last test, you were playing test cricket for South Africa, then you joined a county club, and you're still saying that you felt quite nervous.
Yeah, absolutely. I think in any team you come into, there will be a question mark of, well, why have we signed him? What is he going to bring to the party? And you get that sort of feeling and that nervousness. But I was quite lucky that I started off pretty well. I think against Essex, got 250s in the game, and got onto a role pretty early on, which was really good. And then you sort of find your feet. But you want to play well, you want to do well in a team. And like I said, for me, it was all about coming in and then just not having just the 1 or 2 years here, but actually trying to have a bit of a career and the longevity in a good team.
Oh, so almost a sense of wanting to kind of make a long-standing impression, kind of leaving. Legacy might be a big word, but you know what I mean. To leave with an impact, that was part of it as well for you.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to come in, you want to have an impact on the team and do well, and not only the runs you score, but the sort of what you bring to the change room, I think is very important. So I definitely wanted to have that and try help where I can and play and as long as possible and do as much as I can for the team and help out where I could. So that was always sort of my idea of coming to play here. It was never, like I said, it was never really about one or two seasons or messing around, going back and forth. It was all about playing and really having a good time. Yeah.
Does it feel like home for you now?
Absolutely. I've loved it. Every single person that I've interacted with, not only on this side of the ground, but even in the hotel. That's my house that I stay down at the Hilton. I've been there now for, I think, in there for 3 or 4 years, which has been fantastic. The staff there are incredible. Everybody from behind the bar to the restaurant, at reception, everybody's just amazing there, and it really, really makes me feel really welcome whenever I come in there. So that's my first port of call when you come in, and then once you come to this side, obviously everybody right up to the third floor where we're at there now is incredible. I just I love all the people here. Even driving in, when you see the guys at the gate. I know there's been some of the stewards have been here for ages. Every single time there's always a chat and stuff that you have with them as well, which is incredible. So it definitely feels like home. I would call it my second home away from South Africa, but I love it here, and it's had a fantastic sort of impact on me, not only myself but also my family as well. And they love coming here. I know my kids absolutely love it here. My son James, he cannot wait to get on the field and just dive around and just be part of it as well.
I'm sure some great highs and some great memorable moments. Is there anything that kind of stands out?
Yeah, there's been some incredible games that we've played. I think the number of wins that we've not only had here but all around. But I think some of the Roses clashes that we've been involved in. I think those sellout games have been incredible in the T20s that we've had, and then even that 4-day game that Roses won where we had here, where I don't think we've beaten them for years here at home. But to do and win that was top draw. That was fantastic. I mean, there's so many memorable things that we've been part of, but I just think just some of those team victories and those team vibes that we've had is really good. I love some of those moments where after a win, sort of towards late in the season, when the sun's out, we've won in sort of middle of the 4th day. And we just have a beer, just sitting on the ground, and just get to speak out in the field, talk with the guys, have a chat around everybody, and everybody's so keen just to spend some time together, which is great, and I love those sort of moments.
I suppose it's difficult not to mention the nearly moments too as well. There's been a few of those last season, the season before that as well. How do you kind of reflect on almost winning 3 trophies last year and almost being county champions twice? Yeah,
I know it's very difficult. I think in my time I've been here, I think it's 3 seconds we've had in the county championships. Coming so close. I mean, we'll never forget that day at Liverpool where we had won it and we were top, and then the next day we had lost it and we were back down to second, getting so close there. The finals days we've been involved in. Coming down to the last ball last year, which was, again, we had sort of won it, but then lost it, and then not quite there, which was really tough, and those are probably the only, ones I look back on, and not a regret. I don't think I'll ever any regrets about here and playing, but those are just disappointing. And I think, I say we sort of deserve to win one of those. Obviously, you don't deserve to win anything, but I feel like some of the performance that we've put in over the years, I think we definitely as a team deserve to have won at least one trophy. And I always said, like in the change room with the guys, I think we're so close to a tipping point. Is once we just get over the line and once we sort of get that winning feeling and know what it's all about, just to go that little step further, I think hopefully the floodgates will open and then we'll start winning a few more along the way as well.
And where do you're leaving county cricket? Where's county cricket for you? Having been captain of a county club for 4 years. Is the domestic game in this country in a good place?
I think it's a great place. I just think, you look at the test side and how they're playing. They wouldn't be able to do that without the players that are coming through into the system. You look at the guys that obviously you've got the superstars who have done well throughout their last couple of years at Test cricket and doing really well. But then you look at your likes of like Harry Brook, Zach Crawley, all these guys who are doing well in the recent tests, in the recent games. They come through the system and they've also really done well and that's been giving them the foundation to go and shine and really play some good cricket. Obviously, those are special players that have done well. And then once they get to the international stage, that's another learning curve. But I think county cricket's in a good spot. There's some good players that are here and are knocking down the doors. I know, look at a guy like Josh, the way he's playing this year, he's been fantastic. He's really sort of pushing for higher honours and doing really well. And you've got guys like him working on their game week in, week out. I think it's in a good place. It's always challenging. I think it's been challenging my 7 years that I've been here. It's never really an easy game or sort of an easy team that you play against. Every single week that you play is difficult and challenging, and that's exactly what you want.
And will it always be a result you look for, Lancashire?
Always
a result that you look for. You always keep across their scores and following their games.
Definitely, I'll definitely be following and checking in with the boys and seeing where they are. Might send a few messages every now and again when I'm watching the live stream, asking the coaches what's going on, why they're doing this, and some of the guys will get a few messages as well. But I love it. Even the games when I've been injured or I've missed out, it's always in the background, always watching, always following on the apps as well. But yeah, definitely, I can't wait to come back here, sit on the sideline, sit in the hotel maybe and watch from a bit and, see the other guys. But I'll definitely keep checking throughout, and I've no doubt that the team will go from strength to strength.
Congratulations on a brilliant 6 or 7 years.
Thank you very much.